What if a film adaptation not only remains faithful to the source material, but expands its reach, creating an absolute masterpiece that seriously vies for the crown of the year's most outstanding film? That is precisely what RaMell Ross has achieved with his cinematic adaptation of Colson Whitehead's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, The Nickel Boys. Uh, this film is no mere adaptation. It's an entire universe dripping with raw emotion and visual storytelling that builds upon the novel's foundation, creating a cinematic experience that will leave its audience ruminating long after the credits roll. As our journey through this adaptation begins, we follow two Black teenagers, Elwood and Turner, as life as they knew it is stripped away, leaving them at the mercy of a tyrannical world. Specifically, within the walls of a notorious reform school called the Nickel Academy during the Jim Crow era in Florida. Against this grim backdrop, Elwood and Turner forge a bond in the anticipation of an unforgiving world outside. Together, they endure brutal punishments under the watch of their oppressor, Mr. Spencer, played by the talented Hamish Linklater, Batman-caped crusader. And stepping into the shoes of the novel's narrator, Elwood, carried by Ethan Harris's hauntingly powerful on-screen portrayal, invites the audience into his world and feelings as they traverse their unending hardships of Nickel Academy. The film smartly shifts to Turner's perspective, masterfully depicted by Brandon Wilson, allowing us to catch glimpses of Elwood through Turner's eyes, adding nuance and depth that elevates the story to new heights. RaMell Ross, known for his thought-provoking and complex Oscar-nominated narrative documentary, Hale County This Morning, This Evening, takes us by storm with The Nickel Boys. His experimental structuring of the film with its first-person perspective breathes fresh life into Whitehead's third-person narrative, granting the screen a more immersive quality mirroring the lens found Hale County. As we journey with Elwood and Turner against the backdrop of an oppressive regime in the Nickel Academy, each scene unravels the palpable tension dusted with the subtle cold that hangs over each frame. It's this detailed storytelling that sets Ross's adaptation apart, bringing to life the indomitable spirit of Elwood and Turner as they cling to their hope against all odds. Uh, with every seemingly insignificant moment captured, RaMell's camera brings the scenes from the novel to life in a way that is disarming and refreshingly raw. At its core, The Nickel Boys is a film that is not afraid to linger in the shadows of reality, painting a portrait of American history that is often overlooked but desperately needs to be told, and additional body of supporting. And with its phenomenal cast, a markedly innovative approach to storytelling, engaging cinematography, and a soul-stirring soundtrack, and Nickel Boys isn't just a movie, it's a compelling and occasionally unsettling experience. And the film is anchored in the brilliant narrative and performance, providing both a visual feast for the eyes and a visceral punch that resonates long after the final scene fades to black, with the fresh perspective of a first person point of view and the unfaltering emotional depth of its subjects. The Nickel Boys is not only a faithful adaptation, but a landmark cinematic achievement. Um, you know, It's a gripping dive into a world shrouded in darkness, yet illuminated by the inner strength of its characters, as no other 2024 film has managed to do. And this is not just a movie you go to see, it's a moment you're transported into, a moment you carry within you long after the lights come up. Brace yourself for what promises to be the cinematic event of the year, as The Nickel Boys takes its place head and shoulders above the rest as the absolute standout film of 2024. And the thing when people realize that basically being completed off, that if you feel we're special, then it may be computer and math. And finally, as the able-bodied Mr. Spencer attempts to break the spirit of our Nickel Boys, remember our true strength lies in our resilience to overcome barriers often unseen. The smirking Mr. Spencer couldn't possibly understand that while he is busy measuring their worth, it's their stories, like these strong bonds formed amongst them, that will echo beyond the walls of the Nickel Academy forever. Uh, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,